Hey everybody, Andy Moore from People Not Politicians. Feels like this is a big week and we should give you a video update. I apologize that I've not done these very regularly for the last few months. Obviously, we're in the middle of a global pandemic, and like all of you, I've been trying to adjust to the new normal, work out childcare issues, figure out working from home, and what all this looks like. So there's also been a few other things going on in the background, as you may have guessed from the news today. So I want to give you a quick summary of the last few days, weeks, months, and how we got here. And for anyone who's new watching this, I want to give you an update on the whole thing, and then also talk about what happens next, right? So just to back up and recap, in October of 2019, last year, we filed a ballot measure to end gerrymandering in Oklahoma, right? To create an independent redistricting commission that would be filled with citizens, not politicians, to get to draw the lines of the House, Senate, and congressional districts that we have here in our state, rather than allowing the politicians who serve in those districts to draw their own districts. That doesn't make sense. So we filed it in October, and then we're shortly thereafter met with a couple of lawsuits, right? By, you guessed it, politicians, right? And their friends, big donors, politician's wife, a lobbyist's daughter, like a special interest group. Like, it was exactly who we said it would be. If you had me guess, that's exactly what we thought. We know that the only people who oppose independent redistricting are the people who benefit from the current system. Of course, the politicians want to keep it. They like drawing their own districts. Makes them feel safe. Makes it easier to get reelected. It also diminishes the power of our vote, which is what really chaps my hide about the whole deal, right? Like, this is a democracy. I believe that we should be called to a higher order of democracy. We should set the bar a little bit higher than just getting reelected. But I digress. So we got through the first set of challenges. The Supreme Court heard it. They said it's constitutional, but you got to rewrite the gist, the little summary paragraph. So we did, and we refiled, and they sued us again, and we went through that again, and we won again. Still constitutional, and now your gist looks great. Thanks for rewriting it. You guys, 2 thumbs up. You're cleared for ballot or for signature collection. Of course, by that point, the COVID pandemic was upon us, and the Secretary of State issued an executive order to put a hold on signature collection. Now, I don't know if he's even legally allowed to do that. These are uncharted waters here, but he did it, and it stopped us, right? And then a couple of weeks ago, I got an email from the Secretary of State's office saying that we were cleared to start collecting signatures on July 3rd. I thought that was odd because, to my knowledge, we still had a hold on signature collection. So we reached out and said, thanks, but isn't there still a hold on this? And they said, oh no, we lifted that 2 weeks ago. That was news to me, and I watched the news really closely. And I asked some of the other state question campaigns, and they hadn't heard about it either. So they clearly didn't send out the memo until 8 days prior to when they wanted us to start collecting. And that would mean that we basically had a month and a half to collect 200,000 signatures, get them turned in, get them counted, validated, and then get through any subsequent legal challenges, all before the cutoff date. And the cutoff date to make the ballot is August 24th. So they need like 70 days before the election to get all the ballots printed and mailed and all that stuff. And so in order to make the ballot, you really have to finish everything by the end of August. And so we knew that wasn't possible, right? Like, there's no way we could be out there getting 200,000 signatures right now when folks are terrified to, like, go to the store, right? That's trying to get people to sign pieces of paper is really difficult. So because Oklahoma doesn't allow electronic signature collection, there's other options that other states have. We don't have those. It was clearly, there wasn't enough time, and it was really difficult anyway. So we made the very difficult decision this week to go ahead and withdraw our state question from the process. Now, we did that on Tuesday, but we had to mail it in because the Secretary of State's office is still closed. So they didn't get it until, I guess, yesterday, and they updated the website, and then today the media noticed, and apparently some politicians noticed, and you may have seen a statement from a member of the legislature alleging yet again that we're a bunch of out-of-state liberals and we're trying to make Oklahoma into California. That's just ridiculous, right? I think he used the word liberals twice in the same press release. Clearly, there are people from all parties involved in this. There have been from the very, very beginning, right? Republicans, Democrats, Independents. In fact, the three of us that filed it are one from each of those groups. That was on purpose, right? Because we were the ones talking about it, saying, this is ridiculous, like, we need to end gerrymandering. So, the only folks that are making this partisan, if you'll notice, are the highly partisan politicians, right? Like, we're trying to balance out the independent commission and take the power away from the politicians and make it less political, and they're trying to, like, hyper politicize it. Of course, they don't want to lose their power to draw districts. So, anyway, you've got two sides. You got a bunch of folks saying, hey, we should have fair and free elections and we should have fair districts that aren't drawn by politicians. And then you got politicians saying, yes, you should. We should be allowed to draw the districts. That's like a bunch of, football players saying we should be the referees and also the kickoff team and the punt returners. We should do all those things. Like, you just can't. That's not the way it works. So, not the way it should work. So what happens next? Well, the fight is not over. We are still very much in this. We've retracted or withdrawn this petition, but we're looking at what the path ahead looks like. And I'm here to tell you, friends, like, we're going to end gerrymandering in Oklahoma. Like, we're going to do it. This is not just a me effort. It's not just our team. It's you, like, your support, your time, your energy, your willingness to host a Zoom happy hour with your friends. We can go stand at a park and wear masks and stand far apart. We can be safe. But we need your help in reaching every single Oklahoma voter, because every conversation I have with folks, they recognize that the system is broken, right? That our politicians are not beholden to voters. They're beholden to their donors and their special interests, or that they draw districts that don't even matter, right? They know that they can draw that district in a way that will ensure they get reelected. And why this matters more right now, why we need your help right now, is that since we can't make the ballot this year, then the people who we elect in November in the state legislature will be the ones to draw the district maps next year. So we've got to be even more vigilant in our efforts to outreach, to help educate people on how the system works, because they will see that it's broken and needs to be fixed. And that's where we come in. So we're looking at how we can still be involved, and we're also looking for a path, going to create a path for how we can get this on the ballot just as quickly as we can. So to get there, we need your help. A lot of campaigns will joke nowadays that yard signs don't vote, and that's 100% true. Yard signs can't even hold a pin. However, yard signs are great at showing your support for a candidate or a cause, just like us. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to release a bunch of yard signs that you can get in exchange for a donation to help our campaign. A sweet People Not Politicians yard sign to stick in your yard. It may need to be out there for a while. That's okay, right? But we would love to see a yard sign in every yard in Oklahoma, excluding maybe the 148 politicians that serve at the state capitol. They're probably not big fans of us. That's okay. If you want to put one in their yard, that's up to you. Just kidding. Don't do that. Now, what we will do is we've still got bumper stickers available in exchange for donation. We'll be releasing those again. So if you're not on our email list, please sign up. You can go to peoplenotpoliticians.org and sign up there. We would love to come out, as I said, and meet with you. I'll do it online. We'll come to a park. We can make it happen. I don't mind the heat. I'm out in it all the time. I grew up doing roofing. I'm used to being out in the summertime. We can make this happen, but I need your help. We need to build the biggest damn coalition of folks that you've ever seen. Like, if we can't get on the ballot now, we can get on the ballot in a couple of years, then we need your help in building an army of supporters. We already have a small army. I want like a big, gnarly, like frothy, the people want this army, right? We can make this happen. So, peoplenotpoliticians.org, sign up, tell your friends, shoot us an email, let us know you want to help out. We would love to be a part of that. Thanks so much for your support so far. You guys be safe. Have a good weekend. We'll have more information next week.